So welcome back to another one, you guys. If you're new to the channel, my name is Andrew with Younger Mitsubishi in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on our inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. Today we're in the brand new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 because there are several changes for the 2024 model year. One of them being you now get 2 years or 30,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. That's going to save you some money there. Get excellent MPGs in this thing. You do get America's best warranty, being 5 years, 60,000 mile bumper to bumper, 10 years, 100,000 miles on the powertrain. But at Younger Mitsubishi, one of the things we're famous for is we double that powertrain warranty, giving you a 20-year, 200,000 mile powertrain warranty. You really can't beat that. You also get a very affordable price for the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 as well. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, exhaust clip, all that fun stuff. So having said all of that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. So as you can imagine, there are a few different trim levels for the Mirage G4. First one being the ES, which is the one we are actually in today, starting at $17,795, which is a $550 bump for the 2023 model year, in case you were curious. LE for $18,495, SE for $19,595, and lastly the BE, also known as the Block Edition, going for $19,195. But regardless of trim level that you go with, the power plant on the Mirage G4 is going to be the same. Powering this little beast is a 1.2 liter naturally aspirated inline 3-cylinder, putting out 76 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 74 pound-feet of torque coming in at 4,000 RPM. Power being set to the front wheels through a CVT. 0 to 60 time, approximately 12.8 seconds. We're going to give that a go a little bit later in this video, but MPG numbers then coming in at 35 in the city, 41 on the highway, taking regular unleaded fuel. You gotta love that. So now that we got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find this straight away. Let's put the acceleration here to the test in the rain. Keep that in mind, and let's see how quickly we can get our new 2024 Mirage G4 here up to speed. All right, here we go. Oh gosh. You know what? We're leaving the car behind us in the dust, but they're probably not trying. We're trying. All right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. It's slow. It's probably the slowest car in existence right now. But having said that, I guess the trade-off is you get really good MPGs. And as far as merging onto the highway goes, it's one of those things where you learn how to drive the car the more you drive it. So it's kind of like one of those things with visibility in sports cars. You learn how to drive the car the more you drive it. So keep in mind, you're not going to have that much power for merging onto the highway, so just either give it a little more time or whatever you need to do when it comes to those situations, but certainly not the quickest thing in the world. This is a 3-cylinder engine after all, and it's not even turbocharged. So anyways, to go along with that, acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. So you will find front disc rear drum brakes coming standard on the Mirage G4. As far as that 60-0 stopping distance goes, that comes in at 127 feet. As far as the braking feel goes, it actually leans a little bit more on the firmer side of things though. So I actually don't mind the feel to the braking. That number itself isn't the best, of course, but the braking feel will actually do enough to get by, so no issues there. And I have seen as bad as 60-0 and 139 feet, so 127, that's perfectly fine. It'll get the job done. Then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get a McPherson strut front suspension. In the back, torsion beam rear axle. As far as ride quality goes, you do definitely tend to feel a little bit more on the road in this thing. That is what this car, essentially, that's what you should expect. So it's smaller wheels, smaller tires, and it's a compact car, so yeah, you can feel a good bit. As far as road noise goes and cabin noise and all that fun stuff, again, you can hear a good bit, especially when you really get on the gas. The engine noise is pretty pronounced, but if you're a car guy or girl, that shouldn't bother you. And honestly, the engine noise doesn't bother me. I'm getting a lot of rain noise right now, so there is a lot of that coming into the cabin, but again, it might be something that might not bother you. As far as steering feel goes, it's 100% on the looser side of things, so wouldn't have minded if Mitsubishi kind of firmed up the steering feel a little bit in the Mirage G4, but other than that, it kind of feels like an SUV. I'll just put it that way. Touching our rear visibility, I actually can see perfectly fine out the back. So that's one thing that the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 definitely has going for it. Excellent visibility in this thing, no issues there. And one of the cool things about the Mirage G4 actually is rain sensing windshield wipers come on the LE trim level and up. So yes, that is new for the LE trim level specifically. So that is pretty cool. We have the bottom trim level, so we don't have that one, unfortunately. But essentially what that would do is when it starts raining out like it is right now, the windshield wipers are gonna automatically turn on. So it's just one less thing you gotta worry about, kind of like automatic headlights. So that's pretty cool as well. But that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, finished in graphite gray, which, by the way, is one of two new colors for the 2024 Mirage G4, that and jet black. Those are the two new ones for this year. But let's go ahead and start with where the Mirage G4 is actually made, because this is actually interesting. Take a look at the VIN. First characters are ML, indicating that the Mirage G4 is actually built and assembled in Thailand completely. Like, it's not JDM, it's not made in Japan, it's made in Thailand. I think this is the only car in the US that is made in Thailand, so it's very interesting. But anyways, let's go ahead and start up front on this one. Silver front grille will come standard on all trim levels but the black edition, because the black edition is going to give you red accents on that front grille, of course. To the sides, halogen headlights do come standard for all trim levels but the SE. SE gives you full LED headlights with LED daytime running lights as well. But new for the LE trim level and also coming standard on the black edition and SE, you do get the automatic feature. That LE trim did not get that for the 2023 Mirage G4, so I want to emphasize that. And then fog lights will come standard on the black edition and the SE as well. But we've seen this look before, just like last year. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. All right, so now since we are around to the side of the Mirage G4, black window surrounds do come standard. Black side mirrors, of course, for the black edition trim. Body colored side mirrors, however, for all other trim levels, of course. You will get integrated turn signals in those side mirrors for the SE trim level only. Otherwise, you're going to get those turn signal indicators found on the front fenders, which I actually prefer. I love that for all trim levels but that SE. It's kind of a JDM thing. Like, you see the old Acura Integras and the old Honda Civics, they always put them on the front fenders. So I love that look personally. But take a look down at the wheel setup. 14-inch steel wheels with covers coming on our ES trim level that we have today. 15-inch alloys for the LE and SE, and then 15-inch black alloys for the black edition. But that pretty much rounds out the side profile. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. All right, so now since we are around to the back here, all the way to the top, you will find kind of a antenna up top there. There is a rear spoiler that actually does come standard for all trim levels across the board, so you gotta love that. Black rear spoiler, though, of course, coming with the black edition trim. LED taillights, though, coming standard. You don't always find them in the compact segment. So, for example, the Nissan Sentra still gets halogens as far as the rear taillights go. So I love seeing LEDs in the back, extra illumination at night. Of course, you got that massive G4 badging found in the rear trunk, so that is certainly pretty cool to see. You will find, I'm gonna call it a mild rear diffuser at the very bottom there, so nothing crazy. But to the side there on the passenger side, you will find a single exhaust outlet tucked away. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next here. As always, here is that exhaust clip. All right, so now since we are around to the back of the Mirage G4 here, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, it is going to be a manual trunk, obviously. There is actually a key slot on the trunk itself, so that's the way I opened it up. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 12.4 cubic feet. The rear seats do not fold down, unfortunately, but there is a pass-through, so I did want to emphasize that. So at least you got that there. There is a cargo light back there, of course, and then if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you will find a spare tire, but there's a good bit of kind of storage surrounding that spare tire, more than I'm used to seeing, so you could probably put an ice scraper back there if you wanted to as well. And so with them making our way to the rear legroom, that is going to come in at 37.3 inches. For reference, I'm even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in that second row there. Rear center armrest with cup holders, actually, to my surprise, comes standard on every single trim level across the board, so gotta love that. Of course, there's no rear air vents. No other compact cars actually get that either, so no worries there, but no charging ports there either. But then make our way up to the front seats, manually adjust adjustable cloth seats do come standard for all trim levels across the board. However, new for the LE trim level and up is going to be a driver's seat center armrest. That didn't come standard on the 2023. And we don't have it with us here today, unfortunately. But that is another new thing for 2024. Heated front seats coming with the SE trim level only. As far as seat comfort goes, they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. I feel like they've been worse when I've tested them out before. Maybe it was just the hatch version, but these actually aren't that bad. I feel like they're padded pretty well. So my personal opinion, no issues there. But as far as the steering wheel goes, it is not telescoping, it is tilt. So it doesn't actually come towards you, it just goes up and down. So leather wrapped, coming with the BE and the SE trims. Then you're going to get red stitching for that BE, aka Black Edition trim level as well. But then make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key. You got your Mitsubishi logo on the one side. When you flip it over, lock, unlock, it is a pretty basic key. It's going to be a push button start for the SE. Otherwise, you're going to get a turnkey start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and turn the key. And so when it comes to the gauges, tachometer is all the way to your left, speedometer is front and center. Of course, there is a trip A, trip B at the very bottom there, a fuel indicator as well. I just turned the lights on here and everything is kind of illuminated in this red orange hue, so I don't mind that. So I'll let you guys see that since it's a dark enough day to actually see that. But overall gauges are pretty much on the basic side of things there. But now let's go ahead and make our way to overall interior quality here. Automatic climate control will come standard on all trim levels across the board. That's really the highlight as far as interior quality goes, honestly, and that's pretty cool because not every competitor will get that, so I do like that. Just in front of the shifter, you got a little bit of storage there. There is a USB charging port there, a couple cup holders, and behind the shifter you do have one cup holder, and again, the center armrest for the LE trim level and up. It is optional for the ES. We don't have that option, unfortunately. So when I was actually driving, because of that, I didn't have any armrest for my right elbow, and then my left elbow was sitting on hard plastic. So it's another thing with the interior quality. You're sitting your elbows on hard plastic. There's no sort of padding or any kind of covering or anything like that. So wouldn't have minded if they actually put some padding there, because if you're going on a long road trip, those elbow rests are definitely going to be something that may or may not bother you. I'll just put it that way. But here's some of the positives though. Let's go ahead and take a look at the infotainment screen because I really liked it. First off, it is super bright. It is a 7-inch color touchscreen display and it is super responsive. Probably the most responsive infotainment screen that I have seen in quite a while. You hit a button, it instantly goes there. There's no sort of lag or delay whatsoever. So the Mirage does that better than most other competitors, if not all of them. So do like that. Bluetooth and audio streaming coming standard. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well. So it definitely also liked that. Of course, you can check out your radio information up there as well. And so when it comes to the sound system, there is one of them. It is just 4 speakers that come standard on all trim levels across the board. Back to one of the pluses. When you do put the Mirage G4 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera. And it's not just a basic rear view camera, it's pretty high definition, like more so than most Toyotas. I'll put it that way, although there's a lot of water on it right now, unfortunately, because it's raining out. But it is a very high definition rear view camera, just take my word for it, which as always is going to lead us into safety. And so front side curtain airbags do come standard, driver's knee airbag as well. In the back, you're gonna have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard, a forward collision mitigation system with pedestrian detection and hill start assist then as well. Then if you were to go with the SE, you're also going to get lane departure warnings to go along with all of that. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts, great gas mileage. You gotta love it. 41 miles per gallon on the highway. America's best warranty plus a double powertrain warranty at Younger Mitsubishi if you wanted to get it here. So that's definitely plenty of value there. You'll also now get 2 years or 30,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. That's also gonna save you some money. And it's extremely affordable. Like this one that we're in today starts at under $18,000. You can't find that in today's inflation. I'm telling you guys, it's incredible for a brand new car. LED taillights come standard in the back, so that's a safety feature in itself. That is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen if you want to see what's coming next on the channel before it gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews, because that is what we do here in this channel after all. Do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video.